Alright guys, BLM here, we're back with more Detroit Become Human. We have 100% completed the partners mission here. But instead of moving on, we're actually going to have to replay this because I'm trying to get as positive an actual ending as possible. So, and because this last one involves us failing the mission, we're going to have to start from the beginning. We're going to have a positive relationship with Hank and then move on to solve the crime and get the deviant. So that way we can also do the interrogation mission, which is not available if you don't do this. So we got to redo the mission, but still we did 100% complete in the last episode though. So do that, and then after that, Stormy Night, which should be an interesting one. It's gonna, and that'll probably take a couple replays to complete that one. Okay.
Accessing the story.
So where we're here, partners. Might as well just start from the beginning. Save. There we go. So yeah, we were going through the history of the channel, of this YouTube channel, and like talking about all the Let's Plays and like why I did them when I did, and my experience while playing them. So because I thought that would be a fun thing to do for the year, or for like at the end of the year here. So yeah, I mean, next up is Darksiders 2, Darksiders, and we did Darksiders and Darksiders 2 in a row. This is the beginning of July at this point. And July, up until this point in the year, July was actually this was actually the month that I played the most games. I had the most YouTube videos uploaded, with 246, which is ridiculous. 246, which again, the previous highest was 239, so it's actually not that much higher than May, but it is the highest up until this point. It gets higher. I think I'm looking through. Yeah, there's 2 months that are higher than this. But yeah, I mean, June was just a period where again I didn't have much going on outside of playing games. I had some family stuff going on during the weekends, but I mean, outside of that, like I didn't really have much else. So it's like. Yeah, I mean, Darksiders 2, we finished Darksiders 1, we started it in June, we finished it in July, and it was a fine experience. It was kind of frustrating at points. There were a couple of pretty difficult parts, but we did eventually get through it. Darksiders 2 is kind of where things, okay. So here he is. But then, yeah, like right after that, we played Darksiders 2, and that got frustrating. One, because it was somewhat difficult. It wasn't like brutally difficult, but it was difficult. And mixing that in with also like playing it back to back with Darksiders 1, I think it became a bit too much. Like it's just because, yeah, I mean that's 67 episodes of Darksiders, so over 30 hours, almost 35 hours of Darksiders there, all in a row, and I felt like that was a bit too much. It really just became draining. But we did finish Darksiders 2, and didn't really have that positive experience with it because of that, but it is what it is. And then after that, we moved on to Murdered Soul Suspect, which was a pretty short Let's Play, again, 9 episodes. I think I finished it all in one day. If not, then like the night, and then finished it the next day afterwards, but either way.
Listen, I think you should stop drinking and come with me. It'll make life easier for both of us.
Yeah, that was just a short Let's Play, like just a random game that I had that, understanding.
I understand.
So there's that. After that, we played Sleeping Dogs, which is a game I had never played up until that point. And again, same thing with Darksiders 2. I never played Darksiders 2 up until that point, I don't believe. So yeah, Sleeping Dogs was another game I had never played up until that point. Buy him another drink.
You know what? I'll buy you one for the road. What do you say? Bartender, the same again, please.
See that, Jim? Wonders of technology. Make it a double.
So yeah, Sleeping Dogs. It was fun. It was really fun. I actually really enjoyed Sleeping Dogs. To the point that I was thinking, like, you know what, I kind of want to do a replay with this game pretty soon. And that was the intention at the time. But to be honest, I just never got around to it. I never got back to it. I would like to play it again at some point. Again, I think we might get to it once we start running out of stuff to play. We'll replay Sleeping Dogs and do like a 100% completion of it, because that's what I was trying to do last time.
Whatever you say, Lieutenant.
Fucking whatever I say.
So we did that. Yeah, and didn't do the DLCs or anything, which I do own. So it's like I would like to give that a shot at some point, but we'll get to that down the road, I guess.
Douglas from Channel 16. Can you confirm that this is a homicide?
I'm not confirming anything.
And then after that, we moved on to Assassin's Creed Chronicles, which was that was something. Assassin's Creed Chronicles, again, one of the most frustrating experiences with a Let's Play on the channel. We'll never play those games ever again. I mean, China, I don't think would be too bad. I think China was fine. I was hard at a couple points, but overall, China was like, it was a decent experience.
It's with me.
Once we got to India and Russia, that's where it got brutal. I mean, it was really brutal. And to be honest, a lot of the reason why I played Chronicles when I did is for The Witcher 3, because the next Let's Play we did after Chronicles was The Witcher 3 New Game Plus, and I wanted to replay Witcher 3, and again, I had this arbitrary rule of when I do a replay of a game, it has to be 5 away.
Funny. Just tell me what happened.
So to make that fit, I had to play Chronicles in between. So we played Chronicles, and that was brutal. And China, again, China was fine. India was the most brutal, because one, it had a pretty mediocre, like, overall, just the game in general is just pretty mediocre. And then, again, it's just so brutally difficult. And then we got to Russia afterwards, which is definitely, which is just as difficult. But, I mean, the thing about Russia, I do think Russia is a better, overall, much better game in the sense, not much better, but a better game in the sense that, firstly, I think it innovates upon the previous 2 games by a significant amount, and also I think it has the best narrative out of the 3. So, at least there's that, but, I mean, again, such a frustrating, like, India was the most frustrated I've ever been with the Let's Play up until this point, I think. I mean, that and The Last Guardian, it's 1 to 2, that was brutal. But we finally got around to playing what I wanted to play in The Witcher. The Witcher 3 New Game Plus, which I had never done a New Game Plus up until that point, so that was interesting. And that was fun. Again, The Witcher 3. Witcher 3. I think that's where I solidified that. Yeah, The Witcher 3 is my favorite game of all time. However, since then I've kind of waned on that, kind of because it's been a while since I played it as well at this point. So I don't know. Like still. Because that was the last time I played The Witcher 3 at all, was at the New Game Plus. Because that was another thing I was doing in between this and the last time I played it, is that I was trying to 100% complete my original Witcher playthrough, or at least do every side mission. And I eventually did that, and that's why I was ready to do the New Game Plus then. It's because I had just finished that. So we did the New Game Plus of The Witcher 3. Didn't take that long. I mean, it took like 30-something hours, but I mean, considering the first playthrough of The Witcher, doing all the DLCs and everything, took us like 50 hours. I mean, again, significantly less. So there was that. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Again, and I still want to do another Witcher playthrough. I've said this before. I want to do 100% completion Witcher 3. Which is going to be ridiculous, and that's why I haven't done it yet. But I would like to give that a shot at some point to do a 100% completion playthrough. So there's that. Then we got King's Quest. So yeah, after Witcher 3, we did King's Quest because I mean, again, I had this sort of structure at this point of doing a serious game to a gameplay-based game to a narrative-based game, kind of back and forth. So here, King's Quest, I thought was kind of a more relaxing sort of game. It really kind of got frustrating. Episode 1 was pretty frustrating for me, where, oh, I forgot about this. This is something else. Where did that happen now? I forgot if this happened before or after. I think it happened before this. Yeah, it happened before this, so never mind. But either way, yeah, I remember where it happened now. But either way, wait, what are we doing? Oh, here. So what happened here with King's Quest, I got super frustrated during the first episode because, again, the first episode, it's there's a section, like, the good chunk of the game is like just solving how to get into the tournament, and like to do that you have to do very specific things. There's like multiple ways of doing it, but like all those different ways use each item in a specific way, and like they made it so there's never a point where you're stuck. But like the more and more things you do that deviate from the original path that they had set for you, the more it becomes like a bit tighter on like what you can do, what you can't do. Because I got super frustrated trying to figure out what I was supposed to do, and eventually figured it out after like 4 hours, I think it took me. But overall, I did end up enjoying the game in general. I do think it was a bit too long. Again, it took us about 13 hours to finish. But overall, I still think it was pretty good. Whatever, let's just put this back. And then after that, we played Shadow of Mordor, which it was a game I had played on my own in the past, but a little bit of, and never actually finished. So,
I would say so. We're taking samples for analysis.
So yeah, I mean, I never actually finished Shadow of Mordor, so I gave it another shot. And I really enjoyed it a lot more than I did the first time. I really like was kind of just on it the first time I played it, but I really loved the second time I played it. And again, next Let's Play we're going to do on the channel is going to be Shadow of War, so we'll see how that goes. But I really enjoyed Shadow of Mordor. And then after that, again, we went back to another shorter sort of game. And this is kind of a period where we were kind of just this is a period where it was pretty close to when I went back to college. It was about a month away. So this is kind of a period where I was kind of thinking, you know what, let's get through as many games as possible during this time period. And that's what we kind of did. Because, yeah, I went back to school in, at the end of like August 20th. I think it was somewhere around there, and obviously this is the end of July, so there was less than a month away, so it's like, yeah, just trying to rush through some games here. So we went from that to Typo Man, which was, again, a fun sort of, it was like, I finished it one day, it was only 5 episodes, it was a fun, like, sort of platformer, like Limbo-esque platformer, it was fun. Then we moved on to Infamous Second Son, which we did pretty quickly, 13 episodes, and that's the end of July, is Infamous Second Son. And it was fine. It was fine. I mean, again, Infamous Second Son, another game that kind of like Shadow of Mordor, where I played it before, but I didn't care for it. I think on the replay, but to be honest, with I think with Shadow of Mordor, my opinion of the game radically changed. With Infamous Second Son, my opinion more so stayed the same. I don't think really much changed there, but whatever. And then we're on to August, and August was a bit of a down month for me. Really, I mean, August was a month where I really contemplated giving up on the channel, due to I got burnt out. I mean, because of this, all these playing of these games all in a row, like I did. And to be honest, like the thing about like again, a lot of these games were burning me out. It's not like now I won't let it get that far, especially because I'm mostly playing games I legitimately want to play. I mean, and even when I'm playing a game I don't really want to play, I do these Survivor series to make them more enjoyable. I do other things like I did with Minecraft Story Mode, but where's the last one here? But yeah, I was just getting burnt out because again, like, we're looking at these games, with the exception of The Witcher 3, all these other games, I mean, and Shadow of Mordor, I mean, but like there was like King's Quest, I got frustrated with. Assassin's Creed Chronicles, Darksiders 1 and 2 was pretty frustrating, and even the Batman Arkham games I wasn't really loving. And again, we were playing these games in August here now, where August was turned out to be one of my lower months as well. 197 Let's Play episodes, which I mean is more than June, but definitely less than May and July, less than April. So yeah, I mean, not a great month. And also that was a point where I gave up on some Let's Plays as well. So again, we finished Infamous Second Son. Right after that, we did Grim Fandango, which was a game that I never... Had I finished? I don't remember. No, I never finished, right? Yeah, I never finished Grim Fandango at that point, so I did replay the game to finish it up. And that was a decent experience. I had to use a guide because that game's ridiculous in terms of some of the puzzles, but overall, I thought it was a decent time. Then we did South Park, and I think this is South Park, Stick of Truth, and The Fractured Behold. Those were really fun. I really enjoyed replaying those, or playing those for the first time, I guess, technically.
He was stabbed 28 times.
Yeah. Seems like the killer really had it in for him.
Wait, was it? Okay, whatever. So. Alright, so we gotta report to him now, right? Wait, let's look at the flowchart. So we already 100% complete everything, obviously, but it's like, where are we going now? Yeah, report to him. Obviously, we reconstruct the scene. Follow Blue Blood to attic. Okay, and then find him. Okay. That's all we have to do now.
Lieutenant,
This still took a lot of time.
I think I
Goddamn.
figured out what happened.
Oh, yeah? Shoot, I'm all ears.
It all started
In the kitchen, right?
in the kitchen.
There are obvious signs of a struggle. Question is, what exactly happened here?
I think the victim attacked the android.
The victim attacked the android with the
With
bat.
the bat.
That lines up with the evidence. Go on.
But yeah, then we moved on to South Park, which that was fun, playing both those games. Okay, wait. The victim stabbed the android stabbed the victim.
Stabbed the victim.
So the android was trying to defend itself, right? Okay, then what happened?
The victim fled to
The living room.
the living room.
So, yeah, I really enjoyed both those games. It didn't take that long. I mean, 8 hours for Stick of Truth, 12 hours for Fractured But Whole. I think I finished those in about
Tried
a
to
week
get
or
away
so.
from the android.
Yeah, maybe even less. But I really enjoyed those games.
That makes sense.
Then moved on to Valiant Hearts, which is a game that I heard good things about. Gave it a shot. I finished it all in one day, I believe.
With the knife.
Okay. Your theory's not totally ridiculous, but it doesn't tell us where the android went.
It was damaged by the bat and lost some therium.
Lost some what?
Therium. You call it blue blood. It's the fluid that powers androids' biocomponents.
But to be honest, I didn't have the greatest experience with that game. I didn't really love it. Like that was kind of another game that like started to burn me out too. It's like a game that, like again, games that I'm playing just for the sake of playing them on the channel. And Valiant Heart was definitely one of those. I did not care for it. And then the thing that happened right after that was another point where Sniper Elite 3 was the game I gave a shot after that, and that was terrible. I really hated it, and I gave up on it. The first Let's Play I ever gave up on was Sniper Elite 3, and we'll talk about a couple more that I gave up on in I guess same month in August. And this is kind of the breaking, like end of August is the breaking point for me, where I really just like changed the way I did Let's Plays essentially, or the way I selected Let's Plays. Okay, so here it is. So yeah, I mean, Sniper Elite 3 was brutal. I played about 2 hours of it. Really, I was not good at it at all. Really, just not a game for me. Fuck. So I decided to stop it. Not even go and try it. So we moved on to another game, and I was really debating on what we should play. And I decided, because this was, I think at this point we were like only like a week and a half away from when I went back to class. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's play Grand Theft Auto 5. I recently got it for free from a family member. I was like, you know what, let's do it. Why not? Fuck it. So play Grand Theft Auto 5, and I enjoyed it for the most part. Again, I have issues with it, which I've talked about many times.
Hey, what are you doing with
Different
that
videos, but I overall enjoyed it. Again, it became one of my longer Let's Plays at that point, at 52 episodes, which again is funny considering now I've done over 100-part Let's Plays, but at the time that was one of the longer Let's Plays I'd ever done at 52. Yeah, I mean, like Grand Theft Auto 5, overall an okay experience, but definitely not the best game in the world. and definitely was frustrated at certain points. But then that was before I realized that you could do the skip mission sort of thing. So there's that. Oh, looks like I have to do. Wait, alright. Looks like I have to do something for a second. I'm not even gonna bother fucking. Let's just pause this for a second. I'll be back in a second here. All right, we're back. So yeah, this has been taking a while, hasn't it? This is a partner's mission here. Yeah, we're already at 21 minutes. This is the end now. Sorry about that. Goddamn. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 got through that. After that we did, and at the point that we finished Grand Theft Auto 5, we were only like, I think that was the Tuesday of the week before I went back to school. So, obviously we did Four Side Fantasy next, which was a really short game, like it took us an hour and a half, finished that right away. And then I was really debating on what I should play next, because again, I wanted a short enough game to where I would finish it within that week. And I kind of decided on we would do Resident Evil 7. And I was a bit hesitant to do it because I was I was a bit worried about Resident Evil 7. So, yeah, I was a bit hesitant to play it, but we decided, fuck it, let's do it. Why not? Let's give it a shot. And also, this is also because this is also a period where, for a while, I had been thinking about doing these, because there were a couple games that were coming out at the end of the year that, like, had games that were, like, kind of related to them. And I felt like I was waiting for those things to come out to do the certain Let's Plays, like Valkyria Chronicles and Ratchet & Clank and Tomb Raider.
Connor, what the fuck is going on up there?
Yeah, we don't have a choice, right?
It's here, Lieutenant.
Which, yeah, I feel like this should have been a choice, right?
Chris, Ben, get your asses in here now.
Why didn't he run now? Okay. There we go. So I already had it 100% completed, so let's go. Let's move on to Stormy Night, which this is going to be interesting, because again, there's a lot of possibilities here. So we're going to do a lot of replaying here, I think. Okay, so let's. Yeah, we gotta look at the split chart. So we only have 49%. So again, there's gonna be a lot of stuff here. Okay, so this is Kara fails to become deviant. So I guess we'll just go straight for that. That she fails to become deviant, and he kills Alice. I guess that's the thing that happens right away. So I guess we'll do that, because the rest of the stuff is mandatory, like is like automatic. Well, actually, let's examine everything. Well, we might as well examine everything since we're here. So yeah, we have that choice. Obviously, we got to do that. The other one is Kara is too slow, and that also leads to Todd killing Alice. So there's that. Now we got reason with Todd, and that's an entire branch. Wait, what? Oh, reason with Todd's the bottom one. Okay, so it's this one, or no? Wait, I'm kind of confused. Is it this part? I'm so confused. I'm looking at this chart right here. I'm trying to figure out where this is. Oh, it's here. Get to Alice. No, wait, where is this? Well, alright, well, either way, there's a lot of options here. Really, what we're just gonna have to do is just replay the game a billion times. Or replay the section a billion times. So we stun Todd. Okay, so it's right here. This is what I'm seeing in the chart. It's like this stuff, which again, there's so much stuff there. So, yeah. So, I mean, first off, like with this one, you know, yeah, let's just play this out. First one of this one, we're just going to do the fail to become deviant one.
Dinner is ready.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay. So let's do this. So yeah, continuing on with the talk about the channel and everything. So yeah, we did Resident Evil 7, and that was I was a bit worried because again, it's a first-person game. It's a horror game. Really not my preferred game there, but we gave it a try, and I really enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed it. I was happy that we did play it. And that moved on. Right after that, we did Strider, and Strider was tough. It was a tough game. We did get through it, and actually. Only 15 episodes. It felt like longer, and that actually led up to me starting school. I think I finished it the night before my classes started. So, and again, Strider was fun. I actually, in retrospect, I think I liked Strider a lot more than I did when I was playing it. Though, again, it was pretty difficult at points. So.
I lost my job because of androids.
And
And I need somebody to take care of this goddamn house.
And so yeah, we finished Strider.
Fucking android.
And after Strider, this is the period where again there was a couple Let's Plays I was waiting for later. Like so, first up, Spider-Man came out. Spider-Man came out, and that was the Insomniac game. So I kind of decided, you know what, I'll wait to play Ratchet and Clank and Song of the Deep until that time, like around when Spider-Man comes out. So. Went around and played Ratchet & Clank 2016, the reboot, which was a fun game. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good reboot of Ratchet & Clank, pretty good 3D platformer. It was a really good time, I felt like. That in like 2 days. And that's where things kind of went downhill. This is the point where things really went downhill. And this entire next week was pretty much just wasted time because of that. But this was the breaking point. Is Song of the Deep. I played Song of the Deep, and to be honest, I was just so burnt out, and I did not care about playing Song of the Deep. I really didn't give a shit, so I gave up. I didn't want to play Song of the Deep. I just said no, fuck it, we're not doing this. And right after that, we played Another World, which again, because I was like, I gave up on Song of the Deep, but I was still following with my rules of going back and forth between big game and small game and that sort of thing.
Get back here. Come back here. Come back here right now! Yes! I know it's her fault.
Okay.
You stay there. Don't you dare fucking move, or I'll bust you worse than last time. Took off. Let it work.
So we'll stay here.
No! Shit about how I felt. Everything I could to make her happy.
So yeah, we did that. We did Another World, which again was a very frustrating experience. Like again, just a very unresponsive game. A game that like once you hit a button, it takes like two to 3 seconds for it to respond to that button. Just really was just super fucking frustrating, and I said fuck it. No, I'm not playing this either. And that became disheartening when we did 2 Let's Plays in a row that really just weren't fun, and I really just didn't want to do. So yeah, by the way, we're staying here. We're gonna let her die. So Yeah, that was not good. That was definitely not good. And then the thing is, I tried to play Thief right afterwards. I said, you know what? Let's give Thief a shot. Maybe Thief is a game that I need to play right now. And that was equally frustrating as well. I gave it like 2 hours, Thief, I think.
You deserve to be taught a good lesson.
And just another game, super frustrating for me. Like, I just was not good at stealth stuff. It was also first person, which isn't my preferred thing. I just couldn't do it, and that's the breaking point. That's where I said, fuck it. I'm not following these rules anymore. I'm not following this dumb shit that I create for myself. I'm just gonna play games I want to play. And to be honest, Valkyria Chronicles was the next game, and that didn't really follow that, if I'm being completely honest. While it did at the beginning, it towards the end, it definitely dragged on. So essentially, we did the first half of the game in August, and there's that. So we did Valkyria Chronicles. And again, I wanted to play Valkyria Chronicles by the end of September anyways, because at the end of September, Valkyria Chronicles 4 came out. So I wanted to play it anyway, but we did play Valkyria Chronicles. Yeah, that's depressing, isn't it?
I'll teach you to respect your father. You'll soon see who's boss here.
Yeah, okay. So, we'll end the episode after this, by the way. But, in Valkyria Chronicles, it was good for the first half, I feel like. Once we got to the second half, it really became frustrating and a drag. But again, at that point, I was already committed to, like, I was 40 episodes into a Let's Play. Again, it ended up being a 61-part Let's Play, which, again, was one of the longer Let's Plays up until that point. So it's like, I'm not gonna fucking give up on a game 40 episodes in. It's like with the other ones I gave up on, I was only like 5 episodes in. And it's like that I feel like I'm more comfortable with. But like 60 episodes into a game, I'm not gonna fucking give up, or 40 episodes into a game, I'm not gonna give up 40 episodes in. So I really struggled to finish it, but we did eventually finish it. But again, that was not fun. That really, really wasn't fun. But we did eventually finish it, and that's definitely where I feel like,
It's all your fault.
I mean, we did a lot of replays.
None of this would have happened if it weren't for you. This is all your fault.
But yeah, we did a lot of replays after that, and okay, so we did that. So we got to do the other one where she takes too much time, right? So that's the 1 minute we need next. But whatever, we'll do it next episode. We'll continue talking about this later. Did the percentage completion not go up for some reason? Either way, we'll do this next episode. For now, thanks for watching.